Hello, future dietitians of the world. My name is Rhiannon Shelbourne, and I'm going to be explaining why the field of dietetics is so amazing and the backbone of what it is, a little bit more about the career and what the prospects for the future are for it, and answer some questions about what you may have about the field of dietetics. So just telling you a little bit more about what a dietitian is, because some of you may not know. A dietitian, this is explained by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, is a food expert who has met the minimum academic and professional requirements to qualify for RD credentials. So what that means, it is basically a food expert who doesn't know everything there is to know about nutrition, but is pretty close. So if you have a question about something in the way of your diet, how you're eating, if you need advice on how to make healthy choices moving forward in either your food or nutrition aspects of your life or just overall wellness, a dietitian may be able to help. So what a dietitian does in everyday life may not be seen, but it is definitely a very well-respected and exciting field. So let's hear a little bit more about the education requirements in becoming a dietitian. So the reason that I have on here with the current recommendations, or actually, I'm sorry, the current requirements is because as of January 1st of 2024, these will be changing, but currently the minimum requirement is a bachelor's degree in the obviously preferred is either food, nutrition, or something in the field, but obviously that's not completely necessary. Has supervised practice and experience in the form of either an accredited dietetic internship, which is can kind of depend on the length of the internship. Most of them are anywhere from 10 to 12 months, but some can be shorter, some longer, usually approximately 1,600 observation clinical hours. Coordinated programs or equivalent, and also passing the National Registered exam, which you would do after the completion of the education requirements and also those observation and supervised practice hours. So, and then as of 2024, there will be a minimum requirement of a master's degree rather than a bachelor's to be able to sit for that national accreditation exam. So, but you're not limited to just the general field of dietetics anymore, which is fantastic. You can also specialize. There's some really exciting specialty fields out there currently. There's some in pediatric nutrition, so you can work with children. Also older adult nutrition, which is known as geriatric nutrition, and also sports medicine, which is great for any of those people that are interested in athletics. Obviously, the University of Alabama is known for their athletics, so we have a lot of people who are interested in the field of sports medicine, so that's a fun one that you can get into, as well as some other specialties in the field. So you're not required to stay in any one area of nutrition. There are a lot of fun new areas that are emerging. So in that same vein, let's talk about where dietitians work. So dietitians can be found in hospitals, clinics, and sports medicine and corporate wellness centers, in research sort of facilities such as like the CDC, FDA, the USDA. There's a lot of great organizations that hire dietitians as research analysts and things of that nature. Also public health programs. There's a lot of nonprofits such as local food banks and food pantries, and many others. So WIC is also Women's Infants and Children is a great facility or a great program that also hires dietitians as well. So let's talk about the money. So the average salary is going to vary depending on your location in the U.S. So depending on the region, the pay may be higher and lower depending on what the standard of living is. But the national average as of the 2019 Compensations and Benefits Survey for dietetic professionals and was around $68,000 per year. So again, that is a ballpark figure. It really does depend by region, some higher, some lower than that as well. So that's why I stated here that it really does depend by area. And also, when we were talking earlier about the specialties, it can also depend on the positions that you have as well. The more accreditations and the more certifications that you have, as well as the more experience you have, that can vary. So those dietitians that have been in the field a lot longer, who have multiple certifications and tons of experience under their belt, obviously can fetch more money than those entry-level fresh graduates just finishing up with their dietetic internships and are just freshly accredited or just freshly certified. So it will definitely vary depending on where you are, your educational level, and also experience. So let's talk about what the future of dietetics looks like. The field of dietetics is primarily female driven, but that is not necessarily going to be the case in the future. These numbers are emerging and they have changed quite a bit. I'm going to kind of zoom in on what the future is looking like. So as of right now, according to 2017, so the survey is a little bit old, 5% of the nutrition and dietetic professionals were Hispanic, 5% Asian, 3% Black or African American, and 2% other. The field is already dominated technically right now by females at 94%, but that is not necessarily the case in the future. We are seeing growth in the more diverse field or the more diverse areas of the population, such as the male population and also some minority populations. So although the field is pretty much female driven right now, that those numbers are increasing. So the field as it is right now isn't necessarily the field you're going to see in 5 to 10 years. So as more people enter the field, the more of a change we will see in the future. So that's why it's so important for the field of dietetics and the field of healthcare in general to be flooded by those who are interested in the field, not necessarily those that feel that they fit into that mold. It's important for us to break the mold. It's important for us to really drive home that there is no one-size-fits-all career and no one-size-fits-all healthcare assigned male or female driven type of occupation, that everyone is able to be a part of this occupation. And dietetics is great for male, female, moms, dads, different ages, so different career levels. So it's definitely a diverse field that allows for much growth and excitement in the field. So any questions, please let me know. Hope you guys have enjoyed this and hope you've learned a little bit about the field of dietetics. And for anyone who has any more questions, a great resource is Eat Right, and that's which is on here as well, is eatright.org, which can answer a lot of questions about, more questions about the dietetic field in general and also more specific questions related to the field. Thanks so much.